Hello again, everybody. Today I thought I would do a book review on a book I just finished. It's called All of Me by Kim Noble. The subtitle is How I Learned to Live with the Many Personalities Sharing My Body. And if Kim Noble sounds familiar, she's been on Oprah. The book was published in 2011, and she was probably on Oprah on 2010. But anyway, it's a really fascinating book. Part 2 is easier to read than Part 1. Part 1 is about one of her personalities and that personality's memories, which doesn't even account to 10% of the experiences she has. So if I were to read it over again, I might start with Part 2 first, because that's where she fills in all the gaps or whatever. But it's a very good book. She goes into a lot of detail, not only about her childhood, and most of it she cannot remember. She cannot remember the events that caused her to dissociate and to split into, I think at one point, 100 distinct personalities. But she's had trauma basically all of her life, and the book details what happens in her adult years as well. So she goes into the British medical system and kind of all the problems. Even though they have socialized medicine, you would still have problems getting the right care and what have you. She details all of that. She became an artist, and artist is how she was able to approach healing. And she's a DID community member who either has decided not to integrate, or maybe she can't integrate or whatever. But there is something weird about this book. There have been three, I don't want to call dominant personalities, but I would call them general secretaries. A personality that is responsible for keeping track of the other personality and managing the day-to-day affairs of Kim Noble's life. And so I would say either a general secretary or a first among equals or whatever, and there have been three of those or whatever, and it's real unique how the changes occurred. One change occurred after she gave birth to her daughter. Another change occurred when she had all kinds of legal battles she had to go through, and she needed a stronger personality for that. But she makes an interesting comment. She says, Patricia, the person that wrote the book, she says, I'm glad the body has allowed me to be the major personality. And that got me to thinking, does she mean that literally, that the body said it was okay, or is she talking about some level of her subconscious? And if there are 100 personalities, wouldn't they all have conscious and subconscious parts? And I wonder if something is going on at the subconscious level that allow these three major changes in her life to happen. I think Patricia is going to be around for a while as the general secretary. So, but it's a fascinating book. If you're a member of our community, the DID community, what used to be called MPD, it's a wonderful read. It might be a little confusing at first. If you're someone that's just interested in DID, MPD, then this is a great place to start. So once again, the book is All of Me by Kim Noble. You can get it for cheap on Amazon, and I recommend that you would do that.